What's up, everybody? It's your boy Ryan. I just woke up. For those of you that for your first comment is, you look like shit, bro. I just woke up, dude. And normally I probably just woke up and that's it. But I slept great and I feel great. But look, I want to talk about testosterone. Specifically for endurance trainers or runners or triathletes. Look, let me just make this super clear. The research shows us very, very clearly, because some research is like, you can interpret it differently and it's like not exactly clear. The research is very, very clear on this, that endurance training, particularly running, as I pass a runner, oh my God, check this out, runner, as I pass a runner, triathletes, jogging, even if it's like 2 miles a day or something, anything else that's like long endurance, medium intensity but consistent cardio, raises cortisol and lowers testosterone. That's it. There's no chance to interpret the research wrong, right? There's no margin of error there. There's no, in the research, there's just no room to be like, oh, maybe it's not really happening. It's very clear. Endurance training, running particularly, raises cortisol to an amount which is at odds with testosterone. Let's just talk about that. Cortisol and having high cortisol is utterly and definitely and will always be at odds with testosterone. Okay, so basically what happens is cortisol raises and then testosterone lowers. It's probably shunting the production of it at some capacity too. But we know that higher cortisol just lowers serum testosterone. That is a fact. So, those of you that are endurance trainers or runners and you're having testosterone problems, you probably want to look at that and figure out, maybe some other type of exercise, even though I know you love running. There's so many people that I've talked to over the years. I had this friend, a girl who ran nearly 20 miles a day. I mean, she is thin as a rail. That's all she did. She would wake up and just run. Sometimes on the treadmill, she'd burn like 2,500, 3,000 calories running and then have to eat a lot. The girl lived on like sugar just so that she can feel normal, because she needed much more intake of glucose than regular folks. Obviously she's burning so much of it, and then needed substantial amount of calories just to sort of maintain it. She was still thin as a rail. This girl had a myriad of problems, hormonal problems, gut-related problems, general fatigue problems, and she would not recognize that it was her running, which she loved to do, that was causing all these problems. There are men that come and to do the Viking testosterone protocol with us. And look, the Viking testosterone protocol is a highly effective protocol, okay? Highly, highly, highly effective protocol for turning on the right things that help testosterone production, for preventing testosterone loss, for watching out for that sort of cortisol testosterone balance, for giving yourself hormone precursors, the master hormones, all kinds of things. It's effective. However, guys come to us with extremely low testosterone in the 230 to 290 range, which is hypogonadal. That's very low. And they're running 7 to 10 miles a day. And, look, we give them the protocol, get them on a protocol and start. But I tell them, look, you need to dial that down. Or best case scenario, you need to figure out a different workout routine that you're not going to be running and doing endurance training in. That's what you must do. You must do that. And a lot of them have a real hard time in that. I love running. It's what I do. I feel the best. It's healthy. It's healthy. It's healthy. People say it's good for me. And though exercise is absolutely good for you, because you're changing the way your brain is oxygenating, you're changing the way your brain is using glucose, you're burning fat, you're facilitating microcirculation, all these great things that exercise does and running might do. But you can get those benefits by doing high-intensity interval training. You can get some of those benefits by lifting weights moderately 3-4 times a week and not overdoing it, because then you can still boost cortisol and then it's at odds with testosterone. So, you have to understand that too much of a good thing is a bad thing. And if you're an endurance trainer in any capacity, if you're doing triathlons, like long duration endurance swimming, anything like that, and you're trying to raise testosterone, what you're doing exercise-wise is is undeniably at odds with your efforts to raise testosterone, okay? So keep that in mind. What does that mean for people? You know, I used to be a runner, and I used to, starting from training for the United States Army and then being in the Army, we'd run 5 to 10 miles like every morning, 5 days a week while we were training in garrison. Of course, we didn't run when we were overseas in Iraq, but we sort of did sometimes on missions, but you know, we weren't running 5 to 10 miles and all that. And then when I got out of the Army, I continued running. I ran 5 to 10 miles 4 or 5 times a week for many, many, many years. And, you know, I was having a hard time with testosterone, like, you know, in my late 20s. It wasn't until I was like 33 where it really just completely crashed on me. That was in conjunction with a bunch of other things. And then, you know, look, I obviously got my testosterone back up with the Viking protocol, and I learned to do a different kind of workout that suits me better, turns out. I feel a lot better when I do it. I don't jack my cortisol through the roof. I'm not like having heart palpitations or just that anxious feeling when I go to sleep at night or at any time throughout the day. And that's high intensity interval training. And for me, it's a little bit of Brazilian jiu-jitsu and mostly striking a bag and striking with spar partners. And it works, man. It works perfectly for me. I'm not running for 5 to 10 miles. I'm not blasting my cortisol through the roof, and as a result having my testosterone lower, and it feels good. Okay, so just keep that in mind for guys that are trying to raise testosterone. If you're a runner and you love running, I understand that you love running because it's one of the most liberating, cool things you can do, and you feel great doing it, you know. And it's like this feat that you can accomplish that mere mortals can't. And when you're out there running, people are like, dude, this guy's out there like running at 6 a.m, 10 miles, like that's nuts. I wish I could do that. I don't wish I could do that anymore, you know. There's no need for me to do that unless the zombie apocalypse comes, so you have to think about that. That you don't need to run necessarily and be able to run 10 miles and have amazing cardio in that capacity. And yes, doing that will raise cortisol, and that is going to lower testosterone. Google all the studies, read all the studies, take heed. If you're a runner and want to increase tests and you feel like you're running into that problem, just try to figure out a different kind of workout that will suit you better. Let go of that psychological need to run for whatever reason that you have, and understand there are better ways to work out which will not lower your testosterone. Hope that makes sense. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Guys, remember, still through the 12 days of Christmas, we got specials on product. Pretty cheap stuff. Cortex right now, $24 a bottle. 2 bottles is $48. 3 bottles is $70. 4 bottles is $90 of the Cortex Nootropic Stack right now at livecortex.com. To get that special, you have to go to the homepage, see the 12 days of Christmas banner, and then use that link to get to that page where the specials are. The Viking Testosterone Protocol, for those of you trying to raise tests because you've tried everything else, or you're an endurance runner and it's lowering your tests and you don't know why. Look, you got to get the Viking Testosterone Protocol. A guy like me who tries to figure everything out, it's like, embarrassingly, it was me that was running and doing other things that caused me to have low testosterone. And I tried everything, man. I tried all the herbs and all the stuff that people talk about taking, shilajit, high-dose cordyceps, maca root, everything else in between. DHEA, hand cream. Turns out that's a good thing. You just got to do it in conjunction with pregnenolone. And I figured out a protocol of 9 things that actually do work. Some of them are ultra biohacks. I mean, ultra biohacks, and others of them are routine. But the protocol taken together is as effective as it gets. And right now, the Viking Testosterone Protocol is down to $49.99. So get that at livecortex.com if you've been thinking about it. We'll get the protocol to you right away. Schedule the call right away. And then last thing, Smarter, Better, Faster Audio, our digital book that we wrote for people that are new to nootropics to teach you everything. The audiobook version of it is down to $22. That is such an easy spend, an easy buy. You get the links to download and watch the video page-turning interactive version of Smarter, Better, Faster with me reading the book in the back. livecortex.com for all those specials right now. Thanks so much for watching.